Hi, I'm Mark Dreyfus, Parliamentary Secretary for Climate Change and Energy Efficiency. This week the Climate Commission published a report called The Critical Decade, which explains why in the next 10 years we have to take action on climate change here in Australia. The report explains the damage that's going to be caused to the natural features of Australia, like the Great Barrier Reef and Kakadu National Park, and the lack of water in the Murray-Darling Basin, and all of the other dreadful effects that are going to be caused if we don't act now on climate change. This week the Climate Commission came to Parliament House to conduct the 5th forum that they've conducted around Australia. They've been to places like Geelong and Ipswich, and there's been tremendous participation from members of the public, as there was here in Parliament House. Of course, the Liberal Party hardly attended. There were about 45 members of the Labor caucus there, including the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, Greg Combet, myself, and many senior members of the Federal Parliamentary Labor Party, but only 3 members of the Liberal Party, which is what you'd expect. And the other thing we've seen this week from the release of this report by the Climate Commission is the divisions within the Liberal Party. All of their climate change deniers, like the member for Tangney, or Senator Minchin or Senator Boswell, came out of the woodwork to put their ridiculous views that climate change isn't happening. And of course, again, we saw that Tony Abbott hasn't slapped them down, hasn't brought them into line, and it gives the lie to his claim that the Liberal Party accepts the science of climate change. It gives the lie to the Liberal Party claim that they are doing something about climate change. And that's the other significance of this report of the Climate Commission, The Critical Decade. It explains that the Liberal Party's so-called direct action policy just won't be enough. Of course there's value in taking action to cut emissions by soil carbon and other land management practices, but it is absolutely clear that those land management practices or increasing soil carbon won't be anywhere enough to meet the emissions reduction targets that we have to meet in order to get to our 5% reduction off 1990 levels by 2020. We know that we have to act. Australia needs to take action now to do our part to the global effort to reduce carbon emissions.